Hi guys, Fernando here. I hope you're well. I'm going to take you through a back and a bicep workout today. Really simple, really easy, something that you can do at home. You can see that I've got a selection of equipment here, and that's because, well, I'm a personal trainer, and personal trainers just generally tend to have a lot of equipment. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with an easy resistance band back exercise, because everyone has a resistance band at home, and it allows us to use a variable resistance plus multi-joints. So it's always good to start with an exercise that goes across two joints for the muscle group that you're working, as opposed to just one joint. If I were just doing sort of a bent over fly type movement, that would just be one joint. But for the warm-up, it's always good to use that sort of two joint, elbow and shoulder kind of movement. So I'm sitting on the mat and my legs are long, my feet are flexed, and I've got the band under the middle of my shoe. I'm going to lift my chest, I'm going to lean back slightly, and once again you want to start with a resistance that isn't overly challenging, because we're going to use it as a bit of a warm-up for the back muscles. Now, listen, this is not scripted, so I'm just going to keep talking, and I might fumble along the way as I'm speaking, but you'll get the general gist of everything that I'm saying, what it is I want you to do, and the workout. So you can see I'm pulling those elbows back and they're going behind the torso. So here is nice, but it's not actually the correct thing. You pull all the way back, chest up, breathe in as it comes forward. You breathe out, breathe in as it comes forward. So I like to take a moment at the back where I'm just contracting those muscles a bit, and then I come back forward. So I'm not rushing the movement. It takes about 2 to 3 seconds in and 2 to 3 seconds out. That chest stays lifted, so my spine isn't rounded. I'm still maintaining quite a neutral back and spine, so I'm not hunched over like this. I'm up here, okay? And I roll those arms back. I take a moment to contract and forward. So we're doing about 15 reps of these. That's always a good start. And forward, pull back. And forward, how many is that? I'm not counting because I'm busy talking to you. And come back forward. Good, let's do one more and say that's 15. And breathe out. Breathe in. Good. So I'm going to move the band away, and what I'm going to do is lie on my side. What I like to do when I do these sort of short workouts is try to get a lot of other different things in. So whilst the back is resting, my back is resting, I can do some side bends for the abdominals, okay? So you bend your knees, you place them in front of you like this. This arm is outstretched like this. This hand goes here on the head. You're going to breathe out, you come up, taking your elbow sort of towards your hip area, not towards your knees so much, okay, more towards the hip. Halfway down the leg is okay as well. And as I come up, this arm is on the ground in front of me. So if you're not very strong in your sort of side obliques, that's okay, because you can put this hand on the ground here. And as you start coming up, you can press into that arm to help you come up. And what I'm doing, can you see that lovely slow rhythm that I've got going? I see it so many times with this exercise. People are powering through it. That is not how you do these lying side bends, okay? So it's a lovely slow, short rhythm. You breathe out as you come up, you breathe in as you go down, and your muscle focus are these sort of side obliques here. And notice how I bend into them. I go in this sort of arc shape. Sort of movement. So it's certainly not this. I'm going to do the wrong thing now. It's not this. It's none of that. It's up and over, a lovely side bending movement. So once again, we're aiming for about 15 repetitions. Once you've done that, I think that sort of got us to 15. We're going to switch sides. So we're going to turn over. We're going to go the other way. So I'm going to keep facing you because it's just better if I do that. You can see my face. You can hear my voice. Hand here. And you come up and over and down. So whilst I'm doing this, as I said, my back is resting, and that is what I want. I want my back to recover for the next set, and by the time we get through this second side with the abdominals, we would be about a minute to maybe a minute and a half of resting. And for really heavy workloads, that would be about right, and down. And if you're a beginner exerciser, that's definitely right, to get a bit more rest in. But once again, as I said, we're using that band, and well, you can manipulate the resistance on the band quite easily by either taking more band in your hand, in your hands, or putting, letting go some of the resistance on the band, and that will be fine. Okay, but the whole idea is that once you get through the warm-up bit of it, you'd begin to increase the resistance that you're working with, which is something I'll show you in this workout here today. So I think that's about 15. Maybe I'll do one more because I'm not counting, sort of depending on my senses, because I've done this for so long. You just generally know if you've done 15 reps or not. So we're back here. So I'm going to place the band under my shoes. My feet are flexed like this. Get a bit more intensity on the band. The legs are long. Lift the chest and you row. So that's 1. I'll try to count this time. And 2. Remember, take a moment at the back and forward. And 3. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing in. Contract the back muscles as you pull back. That's number 4. I'm squeezing my back muscles. And forward. And 5. Breathing out. And to breathing in. Good. And 6. Keep that chest up. Keep the face up. And forward. Good. Number 7. Pull those elbows back beyond the rib cage. And down. My core, my abdominals are tight. This is number 9, I think. And forward. Number 10. How's that, everyone? And down. Are you feeling a bit heated? And number 12. And forward. Is the breathing increasing? Number 13. Pull it back. And forward. Good. And number 14. So this is the second set already on the back arm work. So if you think exercising is tough, it's not that hard, is it? We're already on the second set. You know, you've only done 1 set plus the abdominals. Last one, rowing back. And forward. Good. You move the band out. So we go for second set of the abdominals. Let's not forget we've only done 1 set. And, well, 1 set is not enough. Knees in front. Hand on the ground, hand on the head. You come up and down. So you're flexing into those side abdominals, and they're really key, those side abdominals, because they help you to do things like rotate your upper body. So any sort of twisting movements, reaching across the body towards the ground, those obliques are going to be called into play. Okay? And the added benefit is it does sort of cinch the waistline if you are consistent with your exercising. Everyone loves a trim waistline. No love handles here. Breathing out as you come up, breathing as you go down. So you've got this arm on the ground in front of you to help you out a little bit. So, you know, it's not that tough when you think about it. You can literally just use that arm a little bit to help you up and down. Everyone, let's do 4 more. That should take us to 15, I think so. And down. And 2 more. Last one. No? Is it 1 more? Let's do 1 more. And up. Good. Let's switch sides. So I know a lot of people out there, and they're right, trainers and stuff, they do a lot of counting whilst people are moving, but there's a lot of other things that can be done besides counting, like all of that key information I'm giving to you as you're doing the exercise, because participants, the mind tends to wander, doesn't it? As you're exercising, some people might be thinking about dinner. I know. So if your mind is going on to dinner and you're not focusing on the exercises at hand, you're going to lose track of the counting. And the other thing is, you need the trainer there to tell you where your focus should be. And right now your muscle focus is on the abdominals, and that's all you should be thinking about now, because you're exercising, and exercise requires focus. Okay, so you breathe out as you come up, you breathe in as you go down. I think there's about 6 more to go. And 6, and down. And 5. Squeeze those side abdominals. And 4. I'm sure you're doing pretty well. And 3. And 2. And 1. So, you know, we've not done any cardio, so we've just gotten right into the resistance. And whilst you might be feeling a bit breathless, a bit like the intensity has increased a bit, you're a bit warmer than you started. This is actually still within your abilities. You can manage this. You're feeling, okay, I can do this. And this is what it's all about. Okay, so from that being on the ground, I'm going to take up that band. Now, some of you might have a barbell and some weights at home. If you don't, this is what you can do with your equipment that you've got. I've doubled up the band, and I'll show you two ways to do this. Okay, so this is with the barbell and the weights on the end. The back is flat. You're going to pull it towards you and down. So I keep a neutral back and spine. So I'll do this first with the barbell, and then what I'll do is I will do it with the band and show you what it looks like. So I'm pulling that weight up towards me and down. I breathe out as it comes up. I'm looking ahead, so I'm not dropping my head. From the time you begin to drop your head, you are going to begin to round your back and spine like that. We don't want that. We want a proud chest. Your face is up. You breathe out as you pull it up. Breathe in as it comes down. Okay, so you can do about 15 of those. That's always a good repetition range to go for, 12 to 15 reps. 15 is good. With the band, you can do the same thing. So you stand into the band, you reach down on the band, get a bit of intensity on the band. You'll know, once you've done this a few times, you'll know if that band is intense enough. You pull it up and down. So quite similar to the seated version, but you've got to just work a little bit harder here. Standing up, you pull it up and down. You pull it up and down. Pull it up, draw those elbows nice and high and down. Bring them up beyond the rib cage and down. I think I've got two more. And one, last one, and two. And down, stand up. Okay, so we will remain standing. Look at me, everyone. Take your band. So if you've got a band at home, we just use the band with the seated rows. You're going to take the band, you're going to place it under the outside of the foot like this. You're going to reach down below the knee, and you're going to stand up like this. Okay? You can put the hand here, you can put the hand here, or just leave the hand here. It's up to you. You're going to bend and then straighten up. When I come up, I'm using my abdominals to bring me into that standing posture. So just so you know, I'm still working the obliques with these standing side bends up and down, okay? So I breathe in as I go down, I breathe out as I come up. I breathe in as I go down, I breathe out as I come up. So nice and easy. Make sure there's some nice intensity on that band. My lower body is cemented. So if you look at me, everyone at home, as I go this way, I don't go this way. Okay, I just go across to the side, I stand up. I go across to the side and up. Both of my feet stay on the ground. If you look at my feet, you will see that I'm not lifting my heel. So as you bend to the side, if you lift your heel, that's no good, okay? You don't want any sort of hips hiking up on one side, okay? And up. Let's do the other side, everyone. So the band is on the ground. Reach down below your knees, stand up. I say reach below your knees, so at least you've got some intensity on the band. If you just held here at the top, there isn't really any resistance on that band, okay? So be mindful of that. You're standing, feet hip width apart. Hand on the head if you want, side and up. Breathe in, breathe out. How's that, everyone at home? Easy, right? It's just standing side bends. It can get any easier than this with abdominal work. Really feels quite fun as you go to the side and up. Breathe in, breathe out. And you could really feel the work of those abdominals as you bend to the side and up. Those oblique abdominals, I'm touching them here. These ones right here and up. And you can put your hands there too and feel the work of your own abdominals working. Now I can tell some of you at home, if you're not my size, you're probably laughing to yourself and thinking, oh yeah, I can feel those. They are there. Trust me, if you're bending to the side like this, there are obliques there. They're working. So breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. I think 3 more, everyone. 1, 2, 3, and up. Okay, release the band, everyone. So we're going to go back to these rows here. I've doubled up my band, that way I'm just shortening how much of it I'm using, plus giving myself extra security with the band. You pull it up and down. So remember, face up, chest up, that's number 2, 3. So I'm pulling it towards me. 4, can you see that? 5, 6, 7, I'm pulling it towards my sort of sternum area. 9, down, 10. Keep the back nice and neutral. 2 more. Last one. Okay, well done. So from those side abdominals, everyone, we're going to get down onto the mat and we're going to do some low abdominals. So with the low abdominals, you lean back here like me, about sort of 30 to 45 degrees. So you're not sitting up, because there's nowhere to really go with the legs if you sit right up. So you've got to lean back like I have, 30 to 45 degrees, and you pull the knees in and down. Breathe out, breathe in. So these are for the lower abdominals into the mid. So they come, it's a reverse curl. So it's going in the opposite direction to the forward curl, which is what everyone knows, and down. So I'm picking the legs up and bring the knees in towards my chest, and then I put them back down. Okay, I think that was 5 and 6, down, 7, down, 8, down, 9. Let's do 5 more, everyone. Take your time. You can see the rhythm that I'm going at. A lot of people, once again, tend to power through these sort of abdominal exercises to go really, really fast. They think that's really working the muscle. But no, you need a slow rhythm. 1 more, everyone. And up and down. Okay, so from there, I'm going to show you another back exercise. And this time I'm going to use one hand weight here. So if I just step back a bit, and it's mainly for the distancing of the camera, I'm going to turn a bit like this. I prop my hand here, okay? My back and spine is neutral, my chest is up. So once again, we're never going for this. This is not a posture to be had, okay? We're here. I'm using one arm only, bent over flies. So I'm just lifting it outside, and I'm contracting my back muscles. We're going to do 5 more. 5, 4. My upper body is almost in line with the ground. Can you see that? So you're more like this as opposed to this. This is more of a lateral raise. If you're too upright, you need to be bent over, okay? So I'll do this side now. You're almost parallel to the ground, and you lift. How's that? Is that good? You can hear my breathing has increased because we're moving continuously and we're exercising. So the body is going to start to respond to that increased demand for oxygen. Okay, that's what's happening there. So the breathing is going to become more heavier, especially if you're working at a challenging level. Okay, but once we stop in between each set, you're going to feel a bit better. Okay, arm comes down. So now that we've done that, guys, we can get down onto the ground and we can now do the forward curls. Now this is the one that everyone loves doing because they think that if they do forward curls, it's the one that's going to flatten their abdominals, but it's not as simple as that. And the other thing is, it's the sequence that I like. I like doing the side bends, then I do the reverse curls, stuff with the low abdominals, and then I go to the forward curls, okay? So you're lying flat on the ground like this, your feet are flat on the ground, arms are outstretched. Arms outstretched is an easy version of the forward curl. Okay, so you take a breath in, you breathe out, you curl up and down. My muscle focus is the abdominals, and I'm using those abdominals to pull me forward into the curl up. Now, to make this a bit harder, you can put the hands on the head, but what you don't want to do is to throw yourself with the arms, throw yourself up. That is not it. If you're not strong enough to put the hands by the head, your hands should be in front of you here, and you focus on those easier abdominal curls. And we're going for the 15 reps once again. So we've done 15 throughout the entire workout. For all of the exercises, we've done those 15 repetitions, and it's no different for the abdominals. Doing 50, 60, 70 abdominals isn't actually going to benefit you any differently to doing 15 reps now, having a rest, and then 15 reps after that. Let's do one more, everyone, and relax. You're going to bring yourself up to standing, and you're going to take that band up, and with the band we're going to do some bicep curls. And the reason why I've gone for the band and not the other pieces of equipment is because I'm hoping that at home you've got a band and you're quite happy to use your band to do bicep curls, and at least you feel like, you know, we're doing the same thing, and it makes you feel better inside. So we are going to go into split stance, and this is a split stance, everyone. My back foot is behind me. I'm standing like this. My hands are facing you, and your hands should be facing me too. Your elbows are tucked in, like mine are, to the rib cage, and you're going to curl the arms up. When you curl the arms up nice and slow, your elbows stay where they are, next to the rib cage, so they don't come out like that. They stay there. You curl up and down. You breathe out as you come up, breathe in as you go down. So we're aiming to do this 15 reps once again, everyone. You breathe out, breathe in. Notice my upper body is lifted. So as I bring those arms down, I don't lean forward. And as I pull those wrists towards my shoulders, I don't lean back. I keep a nice strong posture. And down, I think there's like 4 more to go. And 4, and down. 3. Make sure you breathe. So you breathe out on the way up. 2 more to go. 2. Last one. And 1. Squeeze those biceps at the top and then come back down. Okay, so that was about 15 reps, everyone. You are going to get down on the mat again, because what we're doing here is a second set of the abdominal curls. Just the normal forward-facing abdominal curls that everyone knows. So your feet are well planted on the mat, and just to remind you, there's no throwing of yourself forward. So you don't want to use the arms to throw yourself forward. You don't want to use momentum. You just want to curl up and down. You breathe out as you come up. You breathe in as you go down. And as you're coming up, you are contracting those abdominals, okay, because that is the muscle that you're working. So you've got to think about contracting them. You're certainly not pushing them out, and that tends to happen a lot with people who aren't quite accustomed to doing abdominal curls. They start pushing the tummy out as they curl up, and that would be the wrong thing to do. It's a contraction, so you've got to tighten the muscles as you come up. And just to remind you, your more difficult version is hands on the forehead, curling up and down. It requires a bit more effort, but if you can do it without swinging yourself forward, it's worth having a go at it. Let's do 2 more, everyone. So here we go. 1, last one, and 2. Good. Okay, so from there, everyone, turn yourself back over, coming up to standing, and we're going to grab that band, and we're going to do a second set of the bicep curls. Now, think about your last round, everyone. Was it too light? If it was too light, now is your chance to intensify the band a bit. If it was too easy, not de-intensify, don't do that. You want to increase the intensity on the band. Elbows tucked in, you'll know. If it feels too easy as you do it, let's start. You should just take a bit more band in your hand really quickly. And like I said, if it's too hard, you just let go a bit of the band so that you can do the exercise properly. And conversely, you're challenging yourself enough as well. Okay? So that's about 5, 6. So I'm in that split stance once again. 7, I'm keeping my elbows tucked in. This is number 8. Let's go 5 more. 2 more. And up. Good, and bring it down. Okay, so that was the second set of the biceps. We're going to place that band aside and we're going to get on the ground and we're going to do a third set of the forward curls. So if you think about it, we've done obliques, 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 reverse curls, forward curls, forward curls, forward curls. That's quite a lot of abs in this one session, isn't it, that we've done. So I'll find between sets of the major exercises, it's nice just to throw the abs in. So while the muscle is recovering from the work you put it through, you know, abs don't take it out of you. Abs at this level, you could do this in between the sets of each of the exercises you're doing, like your back exercise like we did, your bicep exercise like we did, and it's not going to have a detrimental effect on your strength as you do the exercise in the next set. Okay, so it's always good to not just stand there and look at the equipment or stand there and swipe on your phone. If you're exercising, you're exercising, and it's that thing I said at the start, which is exercise requires focus. So you want to stay in the zone as you're exercising, and a good way to do that in between sets is just to get down on the ground and focus on some abdominal work. Okay, so you're not leaving it till the end and then wondering, oh, do I have time to do abdominals? The answer is yes, you've got time to do abdominals because you put it in between. Okay, so I think that's about 15. So from there, everyone, you're going to stand up, and we've come to the end of the workout. So what we want to do is have a bit of a stretch, and a good back stretch would be to round your arms like this, shoulders down, drop the chin towards the chest, and hold that position there. I hope you enjoy that because you know, there are a lot of people out there offering things, but I've given you back and biceps. I've got a chest and triceps on my YouTube channel as well, so have a look at that to give you a couple of ideas, a couple of things to do in terms of exercising. Okay, and don't forget to subscribe, everyone. If you like what you've seen here today, you like the workout, you want more, subscribe to the channel, and there's going to be more content on there as the weeks go through. Release the arms. You're going to put your hands like this, and you're going to press it back like that. Keep them straight, just pressing back. Standing tall like I am. So from the front, good. Nice. And release the arms. Just ease the shoulders out. Everyone, put your hands apart, give yourselves a big clap. And well done, everyone. I'll see you at the next workout. Bye-bye.